Thank you for tuning in to Gloves Off Seattle. Your hosts, Patti and Meagan, will be talking about all things Seattle women's hockey. A huge Pacific Northwest welcome to the PWHL. Gloves Off Seattle! Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of Gloves Off Seattle.
Gloves Off Seattle.
I am so excited because today we have two very special guests. I want to just thank and welcome both Kyle and Julia for joining us today. This is kind of a new arena for us, talking to people that are here in the Seattle hockey community and the things that they do. So thank you both for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. So we started this podcast off by telling our hockey story, how we got into hockey. So that's what we want to hear from each of you. So Kyle, if you want to start, I want to know how you got into hockey.
Sure. I grew up around hockey. My dad's a lifelong hockey coach. My family's up in Alaska. So he played college hockey for UAA, University of Alaska Anchorage. And he's in their Hall of Fame for hockey up there. And he's coached high school hockey my whole life, kids hockey, obviously. And he coaches a lot of AAA hockey. So he travels around a lot. My brother played in the ECHL for a long time. He played MSU for 4 years. And he's actually a coach now in the ECHL. He just took a job with the Kalamazoo Wings. So I've just been around hockey my whole life. I was never that good. And I didn't play for a really long time, but then I got back into it as an adult, playing goalie again, which is how I met Julia hosting these goalie events. So that's kind of my hockey background. I play way more beer league than I probably need to. So I'm trying to supplement that with some other activities that are closer to my house, like golf. But that's mostly me, just beer league. And then I coach Learn to Play and 8U up in Bellingham, Washington.
Awesome.
Have you always been a goalie?
Yeah. A lot of people think I'm a better skater than goalie, but that's fair. I actually think I'm a better skater than I am a goalie too, but being a goalie is just way more fun to me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, and Julia, how did you get into hockey?
Yeah, no one in my family really played sports or let alone hockey growing up. So one of my neighbors did play hockey and he came over one day with like a flyer for try hockey free. And so I did that and I was like immediately knew that was it for me. So I started pretty late for the hockey world. So I started around 9. Um, Started goalie in high school and then have continued playing ever since. Coming out of college, I actually grew up in Seattle, so I moved back here and started coaching. Also, kind of just got pulled into that. Wasn't really my choice to begin with, but now it's my career and I love it.
That's awesome. So you grew up here in Seattle. Where did you go to college? I'm sorry, I didn't deep dive on you that much.
Oh yeah, I went to RIT in Rochester, New York. So
yes.
Yeah, we
studied
did know
graphic
that.
design and now I'm doing something completely different.
Yeah. Yes. And you always played goalie. You started at goalie.
No, she played
Oh, I'm sorry.
high school.
No,
You
I
got into goalie, right?
Yeah, high school got into goalie. I think from like 9 to 13-ish, I was skating out. Didn't feel super challenged at practices and just kind of wanted something new. And I liked the gear, thought the goalie gear was cool. My mom didn't think so much, and she was like, no, this is not what you're gonna do. No goalie. So we kind of went back and forth a couple times, and eventually she let me try it, and that was it again.
That's all she wrote.
Yeah.
I love
Julia has
it.
one of the most amazing goalie masks I've ever seen. It's so cool.
Okay, Julia, you're gonna have to send us a picture of that.
Is it right there with you somewhere?
All right.
Can you show it to us?
It is not here. I'll see if I can pull it up online somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
I
cool.
love that whole concept though. The first one's free. Like, come on, play hockey for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we still have that now. Like try hockey free. It's like a USA Hockey thing. So that we host them on a couple times a year, and
Love it.
just get kids out who have never maybe even skated before, and we hand them a stick and they shoot some pucks into the net, and they have a great time.
Awesome.
That's awesome. So what ages are you coaching now, Julia?
I coach everyone.
Oh,
So
okay.
I kind of have like two main jobs with the Kraken, and so I work with the learn to play kids. So most of them are 5 to 9 years old, although we do have some teenagers as well. And then I work with all of our youth teams and their goalies. So that's 8U all the way through 18U. And
Wow.
then I also do some lessons and goalie clinics, which include adult goalies as well.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Yeah. I felt like I was about ready to step over you.
No, you're
Okay.
not. I did have a thought forming. Maybe that's what you heard,
Yeah.
but no, it hasn't formed yet.
Okay. And Kyle, I want to know just a little bit about how Oops All Goalies started and how we got into this like mess, because we went to our first Oops All Goalies event this year and it was amazing. It was incredible.
It really was.
Because I sub for so many teams and I'm a very talkative person, I've met a lot of goalies over the last couple years, and last February, so February 2024, I reached out to the rink in Bellingham where I coach because they have the cheapest ice. And I just asked if I could have some ice time because I wanted to bring a bunch of goalies up there and play 5-on-5 hockey. I thought maybe I could get 20 goalies to agree to it because I didn't really think it was that great of an idea at the time. I just thought it was kind of silly and something we could do and have fun with each other. And actually, most of the Bellingham goalies said no. I only had 2 other goalies from Bellingham that wanted to come. And so most of the goalies that played in that first game drove up from Seattle. And we were kind of sitting there and a reporter was there, which we thought was a little odd. Like, how did a reporter get here? And I guess one of her friends had heard about it through Discord and was like, hey, you got to go up to Bellingham. They're going to host this like all goalie hockey, which then led to Kate Shefty from the Seattle Times, who's one of the Kraken beat writers, writing a really long and just really sweet article. And she interviewed a bunch of the goalies. And from there, people were posting clips on the internet that were getting millions of views, which was really cool. And like Root Sports was talking about it, and MSG Network and NHL Network, which was just kind of mind blowing to me at the time. So within like a month, almost all those goalies were asking me when I was going to do it again. All the goalies in Bellingham that missed out on it were like, hey, let's do this again. That's super fun. So that's when we moved down to Seattle because I realized like, oh, I could host 2 of these games. And I needed more ice, and Bellingham just doesn't have that much ice. And whereas Kraken Iceplex has 3 sheets. So
Yeah.
the next one we did down in Seattle, we had about 65 goalies roughly. And we did 2 games simultaneously on separate sheets. This was actually our first time doing the games one after another on Starbucks. Because as you guys see, the Starbucks rink has the big bleachers and it fits
Yes.
people. And I think the goalies like having all those people there cheering for them and getting their friends and family to come. And
Julia's shaking her head right now. I don't know if you see that.
Were you in the first game, Julia?
I was not in the first game, but I think I've played in every game since then. So it is
Awesome.
nice to have fans, and they've been filling the stands. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So we
Julia is a
probably
very popular goalie. After the first game, I had so many goalies asking me, and in fact, I invited her. I emailed her or got her phone number or something and was like, hey, people are telling me about you and you got to come. So I reached out to her and she's been coming to everyone since.
awesome.
And then the Colorado Avalanche reached out to us last year based on another friend of mine out in Colorado who helped organize it. His name is also Kyle. So we did 2 with the Avalanche last year at Ball Arena after actual Avalanche games, and we're going back on December 19th to do more with the Avalanche, and they've just been like incredible to us.
Awesome.
They love goalies there in Colorado. It cracks me up. They have all the players hanging out and watching, and so like it was just weird seeing like both teams standing there like filming us.
That's awesome. That's totally
amazing.
cool.
So
Go ahead.
we must have seen you, Julia, because we watched 2 full games,
Yeah, we
right?
did. We
So
watched-
what were you wearing? Like, how will we know it's you?
Yeah,
from
what was your
next
what was your
time?
goalie costume? Because I feel like every goalie that night had a costume on. So
Costumes.
Yeah, I'm not that cool. I just have like a jersey with the Kraken S on it, but my helmet is pretty cool, as he said. So I'll see. You want me to post a picture in the chat or something?
you can, or you can just we connected on Instagram. So if you want to send it to me on Instagram, that'd be cool too.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah, I'll do that.
we'll post a picture for sure.
I
But-
can't get over her mask. I love it because it's got Calvin and Hobbes on it, which I love. And it's got the
Oh.
cherry blossoms, right, Julia, on one side?
Yep, cherry blossoms on one side and then like rainbow stripes on the other. So
So this is
Seattle
like a whole
skyline.
Yeah,
Love it.
this is like a whole thing because I know goalies are like a different breed. So I think like tell me because I mean I see these mask reveals because I'm all over social media and obviously like I have a hockey podcast, so I've got a lot of hockey going on my social media feed. So I mean, do you get to I mean, I'm assuming that you get to be involved in designing your helmet, right? Like is that or the mask? It's
Mask.
not a sorry, it's not
Mask.
a helmet, it's a mask. Designing your mask. So what does that look like? Do you get to just like tell them what you want, or did you design it yourself because you're a graphic designer, Julia?
Yeah, I kind of knew some of the stuff that I wanted, but I knew I also didn't want to design it fully because then I would just tear it apart every time I looked at it and be like, oh, I should have done this or something like that. And if someone else does it, then 100% like, nah, I love it. So pretty much what the process was like, I didn't really know who I wanted to do it, but I was looking at some different people on Instagram and I found one that I liked, and just reached out to her and we like I went through the process of like I sent some like photos and like some mock-ups and then she came back with like an actual design for it and then had to send my helmet in and a couple weeks later she sent it back and yeah, it's like it still looks so good even though it's been hit by a couple pucks. Can't get my glove up fast enough, but
Hey, you stop
it's
it any way you
awesome.
can. You stopped it with your face.
Yeah, no goal still counts.
That's
Right.
right. So are you playing in a rec league or how when I mean I'm assuming like when you're on the ice coaching, you're probably not in full gear, right? It's that I think that's what I've seen when people coach goalies, they're not necessarily in full gear. But so when do you play? When do you get to wear your mask?
Yeah, I play a couple times a week, just in like beer league as well. I play in the women's Seattle Women's League, so that's once a week, and then I also play just one other time a week on a co-ed team.
Awesome.
Now, I
Pretty
don't,
high level co-ed team, right?
I think it's more for like fun, but
Yeah,
it's not like beginner level.
yeah, you're
We're
you're
I
moving.
was
pretty
like, I
good.
feel like she's being modest. Is she being modest,
A little
Kyle?
bit. I
Like,
think a little
okay.
bit.
Okay.
I don't get to play with her because I'm not that good.
Okay, good to know. What were you gonna say, babe?
Yeah, I'm
what
a
was
little
I
bit
gonna say?
below on
I don't
the
know.
skill
Oh,
level.
yeah, and I don't know beer league for anything. Like, is it a requirement? Do you have to drink beer while you're playing, or is that just like insane?
No,
No,
I don't drink, so
I don't drink either.
We don't
Oh,
I
we
mean, I
don't
used
either.
to, but
Oh,
Awesome. We
this
can
is
all
the
hang
sober
out.
podcast. This is the sober
The
one.
sober podcast. I love it. None of us drink. That's great. So I want to talk a lot about the development in the city and specifically the girls' development in Seattle because obviously we started this podcast because we got a women's hockey team and that is what we are all about here. We're all about supporting, the PWHL and the Seattle team. And so Julia and, Kyle too, obviously, because you talked about trying to get an all-female,
Oops, all
goalie
goalies, which
goalie game together, which I think is awesome. But what do you see as far as like from your time, obviously becoming a coach and the growth of the girls hockey and the development of the girls hockey?
yeah. I mean, just growing up here, coming back for like summers during college, and then now since the Kraken have been here, they're kind of like three different windows into that. So, I mean, growing up, we had one association that had girls teams, and there were three total teams at three different levels. So, I remember going up to Canada to play or playing in like against co-ed teams, and coming back from like college, and that's being in the adult hockey market, and there was a couple women's teams, but I didn't like playing with them because they were all fairly new to hockey.
Mm.
And now, since the Kraken have been here and coaching, I think most of the associations on the youth side have at least one girls team. And then there's two associations that have select girls teams, and they cover all of the different age groups. So 8U through like the 19U level. And then for adult hockey, now we have, I think, three different organizations that have women specific like branches of their league. And then now this is the first year that I'm playing like on a team or in a league where I feel like most of the better women are actually playing against other women versus the better women used to play in co-ed divisions.
Yeah.
So that's
When
really
you
cool to see, and like super exciting because now I'm like, I'm ready to compete. Let's go.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Did you see her smile like
I
I saw
did. I
when
know.
you talked about it? That was awesome. When you played sorry, did I
No,
step
go
in?
ahead.
When you started playing when you were 9, 10, 11, and through high school, were you playing in co-ed teams then, or?
I started in co-ed, and then when I got to high school, then I switched over to the girls team. Actually, I think it was a little bit earlier, probably middle school, since at that time co-ed was checking, and my
Mhm.
mom said hard no on that.
Yeah. Well, and
Even though
we,
at the time I was one of the bigger players on the ice, so I
yeah.
think I could have held my own, but turned out to be a good thing because then I started playing goalie.
Yeah. Well, we just talked to Jenna Buglioni, the first round draft pick for the Seattle team, and she said that she was the same way. She played on boys teams until she was, 13-ish, because that's when the hitting started. And, it's the same way. She's like, it just became not safe for me. And I think she was kind of the same way. She was bigger until she wasn't. And then she was, then all the boys outpaced her. And so she then went to a all girls team is what she said.
Mhm.
So it's interesting. And just the fact that now that there's all girls teams starting even at the,
U8.
U8 level. So that's really cool. That's amazing. And
Yeah,
then,
yeah. I think that's a pretty common thread for a lot of goalies or a lot of players just in like my generation and before. And I think
yeah,
now it's starting to shift over a little bit more to the girls only side, although we do still have girls playing in the co-ed teams, which is
yeah,
also great.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Just so many more opportunities for girls and women now that and that's what we're hoping to grow through this and just getting the PWHL team here is like that girls can see like I can do this, I can play hockey, I can go all the way, I can become a professional. So it's very instrumental to what we want to everyone to see.
Yeah. And Kyle, you said you were contemplating a all-female Oops All Goalies game.
Yeah, so I've been talking to the Seattle Women's Hockey Club about it, trying to organize one here for sometime early next year, so 2026. And we'd like to do it like some sort of fundraiser as well, just because ice is expensive and all that good stuff. And my connection to women's hockey is one, I coach little girls up in Bellingham
Yeah.
because we have co-ed teams up there. But here down in Seattle, when the Kraken were trying to start a women's league, they didn't have enough goalies at first. So I played 2 seasons with a team called the White Yetis. So shout out to the White Yetis. It was a great experience getting to play as one of the only guys in the league. There was me and one other guy goalie, and then it's just grown since then. They're up to like I think 6 teams now for the Seattle Women's Hockey Club or Seattle Women's or Kraken Hockey League, the women's. And then the Seattle Women's Hockey Club is the one that has multiple divisions for all girls. And they also host that really cool tournament called Puck Place Market every year. So I did like photography for them for one of their tournaments just to help out. And anytime I can volunteer my time or donate money to them, I'm happy to do it because I got a daughter now too. So we actually got rid of our Kraken season tickets and replaced them with PWHL because
Woot
my
woot.
son got to go to 3 years of Kraken, and we live far away. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I live on Whidbey Island.
Yeah.
Oh
So
Well,
wow.
you
anytime
told
I'm
me. I knew that. Our listeners don't know that. Now they do.
so driving down for hockey, it's a lot. And then
Yeah.
especially driving down for Kraken games was a lot. The PWHL schedule is a little bit nicer
Yeah.
for us. But we're really excited to have season tickets for that. So my daughter gets to kind of experience that as well, like my son did. And hopefully she likes hockey. And if she doesn't, she can do whatever she wants. But we're
How old is she?
obviously leaning toward hockey.
How old is your daughter?
She's almost 2. So she'll be
Oh,
a
she's
pretty young
little.
Oh, you got
little
her good.
girl
You got her
there.
early. She's gonna love it.
Yeah.
Gonna love it.
She loves playing knee hockey with her brother.
Uh, well, we
But
have
yeah, I would really love it to do we have enough girl goalies, female goalies through just doing all these oops events. I think there's like 35 that
Love
I know
it.
of that have signed up either to them recently or in the past. So I'm pretty confident that we have the numbers to at least do one, but I'd really like to do 2 games or one game and some sort of fun, silly skills competition or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Well, we would be 100% behind that, just so you
Absolutely.
know.
We
We
need
will
a
be,
date on that.
yeah, you let us know when the date is and we'll make sure we shout that out as much as we can to the
Yeah,
rooftops. So,
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that last one doing the games back to back. Well, one thing that surprised me the most was I split it basically down the middle of skill. Like A and B division type players were in the first game, and C and D or lower were in the second game. And I was pretty worried about the crowd dying down after the first game, because the
Mm.
game definitely slowed down too as well in the second game. But the crowd actually got bigger for the second game because so
Well,
many of the
we showed
goalies.
up late, so that's when we showed up just because of our schedule, like we
Oh,
came when we
okay. See,
could. So
yeah,
yeah.
I could not believe how loud it was for that second game.
Yeah.
It was blowing my mind how much more people showed up and or stuck around for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So I think if we did an all women's one, I would imagine we could probably fill that place up.
Yeah, I'm sure. And if the team's in town, I'm sure some of the PWHL Seattle team would be happy to show up for that too, because they're all about the community from all that we've heard. So
Yeah, I've talked
yeah.
to them a little bit. They're just not here yet. So
No,
it's
no.
been a little hard to
Yeah.
organize stuff, and all of the employees are working remote, is my
Yes.
understanding currently.
Yeah.
But they've been very responsive every time I've reached out,
Absolutely.
and yeah, I'm very excited that they're
Yeah.
here, and it's going to be a really big deal for the city and for girls.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I
We
did
can't
grab my
wait.
mask because one thing
Oh,
I talk about with masks, though, I had it in my hand this whole time. Um, Other players don't get to do this. There's no real flair to any other player on the ice. But one thing
sure.
about goalies masks that I love, if you talk to any goalie, they'll tell you about like all the little details they add and like what they mean to them. People have like their dogs' names on there or like where they're from or their favorite cartoon characters. So like mine had like the Northern Lights on it because I'm from Alaska
Oh,
and like the Big
yeah.
Dipper. And then I got like my kids' names on the side right here as well.
Love it.
And then the oops, all goalies thing on the side. So
That's so
it's
cool.
really cool that you get as a goalie, you get to actually make custom gear and kind of show your personality a little bit. Um, and yeah, we're all kind of obsessed with following all these different people that make goalie masks.
I know, and it's interesting. Like, it feels like, and again, like I'm coming from a place of being a newbie in the whole sport of hockey. It feels like the goalie is it's just so different. It's so different than any other skater on the ice. And even like you're talking about, like, I mean, just with the gear, like, and it's like, do they wear the all white pads? Do they wear the colored pad? I mean, like, what is the thought? I mean, I would love to hear from both of you. Like, what are the thoughts behind like what kind of gear you choose, what color gear you choose. Like, tell me,
I
inform
went
me.
I went all black personally. I really like the blacked out look. So I think it looks good with most jerseys. Plus I don't really like the excessive puck marks. Um, and it kind of goes in waves with their different referees. Some referees blow the whistle super quick, and they're like, "Oh, I lost the puck in your pads. I just assumed you had it." And I'm like, "I did have it." And then
I
other
did.
refs are like, "Oh, I couldn't see the puck, so I didn't blow the whistle." And I'm like, "No, blow it faster, please." So that was kind of my school of thought. And I wear a lot of black clothes already, so
So
just
black's your color.
Yeah.
yeah, I like black.
What about you,
Awesome.
Julia?
Yeah, I'm completely the opposite. I'm the same in the fact that I wear just like black and navy all the time, only. Um, However, I'm more of a white pad person just because I want to see the puck marks.
Mm.
So I'm like 10 days away from getting my new set of gear, and it's instead of just being fully white, I went fully white on anything that's going to get puck marks and navy on anything that won't. So
Okay.
like the back and like this part of my glove and like the inside of my blocker and the back of my pads, that's all navy. Everything facing the puck is white. So
Very cool.
Cool.
it'll be
And
interesting. We'll see.
What kind of pads did you get?
I went with Brian's.
Yeah,
So
awesome.
they have an
Awesome.
intermediate pro. They're the only line that has like pro padding, but in intermediate sizes, so slightly smaller sizes. So that's perfect for me.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
and you do that because every puck mark gives you a little more confidence. Like there's one I stopped.
Yeah, I think it just looks cool.
What just totally opposite schools of thought. I love it.
And I've heard some goalies talk about like on the white pads, they can see the puck more easily, when it's down in your feet or whatever than with the black pads too. But do you ever clean the pads? Like do you clean the marks off or you just let them roll?
I've heard of people that do, and I'm like, I don't know about that. I'm getting white pads, so I'll see them.
I
Love
was
it.
the guy that cleaned my pads, and I used them.
Okay.
I love it. They're just like just
Very
polar
correct.
opposite. I love it.
And this is super weird, but you really shouldn't use a lot of different cleaners on leather. But for whatever reason, electric shave, like this weird shaving cream. That's not really shaving cream, but it's like aftershave. It cleans puck marks off and it doesn't damage leather. So yeah, super
Wow.
weird.
I'm
There you
learning
go.
so
And
much
it smells
today.
good. So
I'm learning so
Yeah,
much.
because hockey gear can be a little stinky.
well, this is my reminder to everybody out there: you can wash your hockey gear. Because
I thought
I
that that
wash
was like
mine a
a
lot.
I thought
Public
you had
service
to.
announcement from
I didn't
Kyle.
realize you like I didn't realize it was optional. I thought you had to wash your hockey gear, but maybe
One
I'm
of the
wrong.
only things that Joey Decord said afterwards, like he's like, man, some of these goalies are just so smelly.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mm.
Okay, so I just want to know, I know you said, Kyle, that you guys are season ticket holders now for the PWHL. Julia, are you excited about the new team? I know that you're associated with the we call it the bad K word in our
I was a
house.
Ducks fan for many years, and so we're hopefully we're going to the Ducks game, the home opener against the Kraken, bad K
The
team.
bad K word.
But yeah, so Julia,
Julia, are you excited about the new women's team that we can get
Yeah.
fully behind because they don't play against the Ducks?
No, it's like super excited for them to come here. I think it's going to be, like you said, huge for the growing the sport, especially on the girls' side of the game,
Yeah.
and like just more role models, more ways for girls to see, hey, this is a path for me.
Yeah, for sure. And not to put you on the spot, but how do you feel about our goalie lineup? We got a pretty strong goalie lineup.
It's pretty solid. I'm really excited to see their gear and everything because
Yeah.
one of the things that I do, you were talking about like the pads and the colors and everything. There's this stuff called pad skins. It's essentially like fake leather that's got adhesive on the back. And so I'll just copy whatever the pads are that the goalies have and put them on the kids' pads. So then they can like be
Oh,
the mini me version
I
oh my gosh, I love
of
it.
those goalies.
I love
That's
it.
so cool.
I'm pretty sure CJ wears all white. I think maybe Schroeder does too. I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see what they do. Obviously, they could change it up when they came here too, but
They need to have cool pads. I did it when the Boston and Montreal teams came here. So I
yeah.
had mini me versions of them and sent them out to the intermission game
Oh yeah,
to
I
do the
remember
shootout.
that. I remember
Yeah.
that. Yeah, we were there. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's awesome. Ah, I
Nice.
can't wait. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Well, I mean, that really honestly, like this is where we're at, guys. We're here about growing the community, about, getting it out there. Kyle, I love what you're doing. I think that just having like a fun, silly event, like gets people interested in hockey that like never would be interested in hockey before. Like you don't have to know all the rules to go watch the goalies, trip around the ice to each other. Like it's really a great event for newbies like me. So just so you know.
I'm forgetting the person's name, and I apologize if she does watch this, but there was a lady that came to not this past one in March, but the one earlier. Um, and she had made signs and all this stuff, and she told me afterwards that she was gonna start learn to play because of Oops All Goalies. And then she
Wow.
played in the last one, which I thought was just so cool.
Oh, that's
Nice.
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, and I'm forgetting her name, and so
Uh,
I apologize for that. But and
you'll
I
remember
just like
you'll remember afterwards. Send it in. We'll tag her or
Yeah.
something.
okay, cool. And then like I've had like parents reach out to me and tell me how much it means their kids watching the videos and how much they love it and they want to try goalie. And that it's actually really funny up in Bellingham with all the kids we coach. Our team, every kid is super into being goalie, and we do not have a goalie problem for our age groups. And then all the older age groups only have like one or two kids interested, and they're like, "How did you get so many kids wanting into goalie?" And I'm like, "Well, they all come to my event. Their parents bring
Yeah.
them to Oops All Goalies."
Yeah.
We're gonna have a problem. We're not gonna have enough skaters on the ice because everybody's gonna want to be a goalie because it's the coolest thing. I've heard it's also the most expensive position to play.
That's why
So
Yeah.
Julia's mom said no for so long, right?
Yep. That's one of the reasons for sure.
she's like, that's a lot more gear. That's a lot more gear, right?
Yeah. And goalie gear, you really don't want it to not fit correctly, no matter what the age is.
Mm.
Um, Whereas, like, I think player gear, you can have gloves that are too big for you, no big deal, stuff like that. But
So
Yeah,
that makes
goalie.
it hard when you're growing, right? Because you
Yeah,
need to
oh
replace
yeah.
it a
I
little more
mean,
often.
behind me where this flag is literally just a shelf of different size skates for my kid and different size
Wow.
gloves and different size pants and all that going up because I have stuff for him when he gets older, but then also stuff that he only wore for a couple months because kids just
It's
shoot up in
oh
size
no,
all the
that's like hiking gear. I have 5 and a 10-year-old, and so it's
Oh,
like
cool.
yeah, and so like for them, it's like I've got all the sizes like running down of like hiking boots, you know. So it's
Yeah.
nice. The 5-year-old just gets to grow into everything, but the 10-year-old, it's like every single time he grows another size, I'm like, oh, gotta buy another pair of hiking boots. So
So did your
Yep.
son play goalie? Kyle?
Yes, but at that age, we don't want anybody to be that specific. So
mm,
what I did with my team, is we just rotated every week. And then for spring, we had a team that we took up to Canada and we had like 10 or 11 weeks of games. So, and we had 10 kids. So we rotated the kid every single week,
Mm,
until we made it to the playoffs. And then we just took the kid who crushed it and crushes it in practice and just laser focused. We just were like, okay, you can play goalie for the playoffs.
sweet.
Um, and then those kids won a championship up in Canada, which was so cool for them. And the first thing they did was they all rushed and hugged their goalie. We were so proud of those kids.
oh.
Yeah, it was great.
Love it.
I love it. And I love the I love both of your angles for the hockey development too. Like I just think that's awesome. And a lot of the conversation around, you know, Seattle getting a team for the women's league was like, we're not a hockey development city, but I feel like we're becoming like I feel like that's growing, right? Like that's
Yeah.
changing and that hopefully sometime soon people will know of Seattle as a place where you know, hockey players come from. And I think that, you know, I see both of you like moving that needle in the direction, getting people excited. You, Kyle, getting people excited about hockey, and Julia, you know, with the coaching angle. So thank you both for what you're doing. So
Yeah.
Yeah. And it seems like the Kraken and people like Julia are really doing a great job growing the game, like having a real AAA program that's pretty dominant is really cool to see.
Yeah.
yeah. So Julia, what do you have coming up big that we can help you promote or nothing?
Oh, there's always stuff going on.
Okay, let's hear
We're
it.
just getting started with our season. But kind of the main thing that we have that's open all year round and to people from not just the Junior Kraken is we have goalie clinics on Sundays. So those are weekly.
And that's
Anyone
up at the
can,
Kraken, the Kraken Community Iceplex, right? I just want to like
yes,
shout that out because we do have people that outside of our area that listen. So I just wanted to make sure
yeah,
they know where to go.
they're all at Kraken Community Iceplex. So we just have those on Sundays, and we usually have quite a few goalies coming out. We actually started with just doing one. We had when we started, I guess 5 years ago now, we had 6 teams and 2 kids with their own goalie gear in our program.
Wow.
And our first goalie clinic had like 4 people. Um, and now we actually have 2 different clinics back to back. Our first one is for the younger kids, and it's like more of a beginner class. And then our second one is for the kids that are probably 10 and older and they have more experience playing goalie. So we have different clinics for the different ages, and it's grown so much since
Yeah.
then.
And you've been a part of it the whole way, it sounds like.
Oh, yeah. Day one.
Were you so
It,
happy to come back to Seattle? Sorry to step on you there, Kyle. But when
no, you're fine.
growing up, did you think you would be coming back here and working hockey?
Um, I always kind of thought I would end up back in this area, but I didn't really know what I would do. And it really wasn't until after I'd graduated college and after the summer and just getting kind of thrown into coaching that I was like, oh, coaching's a thing. That's kind of fun. And then over the next few years, I was like, oh, coaching is like really fun. Like this is kind of my job now. And then when I started with the Kraken, it's like, oh, okay, this can actually be a career.
Mm,
So it's been it's been quite the journey, and didn't really expect it to get here, but I'm really happy that it did.
Wow.
awesome.
That's cool. Kyle, you were going to say something?
Oh, when she said 5 years ago, it just time flies so fast. So to think like we're on the 6th season of the Kraken and the Iceplex has been around and to see where it started and where it came in 5 years, it's really cool. So I just heard 5 years and I thought, oh gosh, it really has been that long.
Yeah,
Can
I
you
think we're now
imagine?
up to like 40 some teams. We've added girls, we've added select and AAA. So
That's insane. Can you
yeah,
imagine where it's going to be in another 5 years? Like that's the thing I'm thinking about. It's like 5 more years of this now with two hockey teams, not just one. You know what I mean? Like, where are we going to
Yeah.
be? Where are we going to be?
oh, we need 10 more rinks.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly where my mind goes. There's
More
whispers
ice.
of a rink possibly in Cascade or Skagit Valley. They have that mall up there.
Mm.
And this
Okay.
development group bought it last year. And in one of their permits, it does list an ice rink. I did a lot of digging on this and I tried to get a hold of the developers, but they won't reply to me. But I did find their office, so I'm actually willing to drive in there and start knocking on their
Yeah.
door to find out if this ice rink's going to happen. I'm sure they're
Try to
probably
ignore
annoyed
me
with
a
me.
little longer.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I've called them and sent them emails and stuff, and they've never gotten back to me. But it's in
Wow.
their permit, so
Yeah. Well, it's interesting though, because we live in Tacoma, and so we heard that they used to play hockey in the Tacoma Dome. Like there used to be a team that played there. Do either of you like does that recognize with
the
either of you?
the Tacoma Rockets.
I
I don't
guess.
know.
I don't know. I don't know what team it was. It was some, AAA
No,
league
I
or
mean I'm from
something.
Alaska originally, so I
Oh,
didn't
that's
really
true.
watch
You
too
didn't grow
much
up here,
hockey.
but Julia, you grew up here. You know anything about a team that played in Tacoma?
Maybe. I don't know. I think that was before me. I
Yeah.
remember
Maybe.
growing up and like playing in like different rinks around this area, but nothing that fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's
I've never
funny.
played at the
That's funny
Tacoma
that the
Dome.
Tacoma Dome is fancy. For those that know, like it's not super fancy, but it is a it is a big arena. So yeah, that would be different.
Yeah. I mean, I played in like I guess Tacoma used to have the meat locker, which it was converted to an ice rink, and one of ours is in an old Safeway. So
I love it.
However, you can get ice on
That's
the ground.
right.
You get ice on the
That's
I
right.
love
ground.
the old Safeway rink.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we've heard about people building rinks in their backyard and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I guess where if you build it, they will come, they
In
will.
Alaska, did you have that, Kyle?
Yeah, did
In
you
your
guys have a rink in the
backyard?
backyard?
Yeah, I mean, every year my dad
You
still
said it
builds
like,
one
yeah,
for
everyone
the
does.
grandkids and stuff. But the thing about it up in Alaska is all the ponds and the lakes freeze too.
Right.
Mm.
So like we get to just go up there and skate and they shovel the snow and they build a bunch of pond hockey rinks and stuff like that.
That's
Very cool.
And
incredible.
they have a lot more ice in general up there, just for,
Right.
during the summertime, like just the rinks, year-round rinks up there. They have a lot more than we probably ever will.
Yeah.
Mm.
Um,
You
I
never
texted my
know.
dad too to find out if there was a team in Tacoma because he grew up in Edmonds, Washington, and
Oh yeah.
he played here before he left for college. My mom was a figure skater and my dad was a hockey player, and just like a perfect '80s movie, they met and went on to their winter wonderland dream in Alaska.
What was that movie, The Cutting Edge?
Cutting
About the
edge.
oh yeah, about the
Yeah,
hockey player.
yeah, it's probably based on my parents.
Julia, that might be before your time. I think you're a little bit younger than me. are. She's like, yeah, yeah, it is.
And the person I saw with the jersey that was the Tacoma jersey,
Uh-huh.
he is a little older. Marty, I don't think he's ever going to watch our podcast, but it could be very old.
Oh, the person
Yeah, yeah.
who said that people played in the Tacoma Dome. The people
Tacoma.
who told us that there was a team that played in the Tacoma
He
Dome.
is a little older.
A little older, so yeah, it could have been many years ago. We've
Yeah,
only lived
probably.
we've only lived here for 6 years, so
I've lived here for a year.
well, that's true. She lived here a lot sooner than that, but okay.
So my dad says there was a junior hockey team called the Tacoma Rockets,
Okay.
which is what I said earlier, but I just
Yeah.
wasn't sure if they were. But they moved to Kelowna and became the Kelowna Rockets.
Okay.
Hmm.
Oh, are they part of the WHL?
Yeah, and they
Oh,
did
yeah,
play out of
yeah.
the Tacoma. They did play out of the Tacoma
They play in
Dome.
the
There
Tacoma.
you
There you go. There's the
So he
history
said
right
they
there.
left for Kelowna. They were only a team for a couple of years in the '90s. He said.
Oh,
Cool.
thanks,
Yeah.
Dad.
Thanks, Kyle's dad. We appreciate
Hey,
you.
yeah. If I have a
Shout
hockey
out.
question, I typically just text him.
That's awesome. And Julia, do you text your dad when you have a hockey question? Just kidding.
no, I'm the only hockey person in my family. So
But they come and watch you play, right?
yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
awesome. Awesome. Well, okay, my wife likes to get the last word, so what's the last word, Patty?
I just wanted to say, Julia, we did a little dive on your Instagram and saw some of your graphic designs and how they cross over to hockey. It was really pretty cool to watch. And do you still do that, or is that like a thing of the past?
Um, I've used I since I went to college for it, like I feel like I use the thought process and the thinking like all the time for just like
Mm,
problem solving. Um, Kind of helps me get creative and find new pathways. But in
mhm.
terms of like actual design, surprisingly, I use more than I thought I would. I
Hmm.
did an entire like thesis project with USA Hockey about goaltending, and I think part of the reason why it turned out really well was because I had the design background and I was able to create like actual things for people to use. And it looked fairly professional.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
Great. That's my last
That's your
word.
last word? Okay.
Sorry.
No, no worries.
I'm not used to doing interviews with two people. Like, I
Yeah,
think this is
it
the
is.
first time
It
we've
is the
ever had
first
two
time. So
people
it's like
on.
trying to like balance the both of you. So, thanks for tagging along with us on this
Yeah.
adventure that we're on. So, I just thank you. Thank you both for taking the time today to talk to us. But more importantly, thank you for all that you're doing within the hockey community to grow the sport for
Absolutely.
and bring newbies in like me. Because like I said, Kyle, I think that the oops all goalies is brilliant when it comes to just,
Oh my
hockey
gosh, we had
ridiculousness.
so much
It was a lot
fun.
of fun. So,
I think our
Yeah,
boys
there's
would
not
love
a
it
lot of
too.
rules to follow, so it's
no, that's what
easy.
I'm saying. That's right. Because regular hockey, it's like, and I mean, we've talked about this on the podcast, but like, I would never have gotten into hockey if I didn't have someone literally sitting next to me at the game telling me what's going on, right? Because it's hard to follow if you've never played and you've never been in it. But, starting at a Oops All Goalies game is just like, get the puck in the net,
We had to figure out the rules first.
Yeah.
Like, wait, that's offside. Isn't that offside? Was that
Yeah.
icing? No, it's
Nope,
not.
no rules.
Yeah, I don't really have a lot of rules. I just want people to score goals. And I was looking at some of the pictures the other day and I was like, this is just so absurd. There's a guy in a hot dog refereeing, eating a burrito, skating around, and I
Yes.
was filming holding pizza
Oh no,
and
we saw
skating around.
you. We saw you. It was
It's
great.
Yeah,
just like, what is happening?
I love it.
it was great.
Yeah. Thank you both very, very much. We
Yes.
appreciate you. I know we'll see you around. We'll see you around either up at KCI or maybe at some of the games at Climate Pledge. But we really appreciate you. And
Yeah.
thank you for joining us today.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you,
thank
Julia.
you.
Thanks,
Yeah, thanks
guys.
for having me.
Yes,
Thanks for
absolutely.
coming.
We'll talk to you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
And that's the show. Tune in next time for another episode of Gloves Off Seattle.